Hey, we're out here today doing a pest inspection, and I wanted to go over what exactly a pest inspection is and what it isn't. Can be some confusion there for people when they hear the word pest. And I wanted to also go over some of the things that we look for when we're conducting a pest inspection and some things that you can do as a homeowner to periodically do your own type of pest inspection when you're living in your house. Stay tuned. So, first of all, when we're talking about a pest inspection, understand that that's a generic term that is really referring to an inspection for wood-destroying insects in particular. So when we do a pest or a WDI inspection, we're not concerned with any and every possible type of household pest you could have. We're not looking so much for flies, ladybugs, stink bugs, bees, things that you're going to really get in about any home. We're looking in particular for wood-destroying insects, things like termites, carpenter ants, carpenter bees, powder post beetles, anything that could destroy wood structure and cost you a lot of money in repair costs to damages. Termites alone account for for billions of dollars worth of damage every year. So we're looking primarily for wood destroying insects, not anything and everything, and that's important to know when you're looking to buy a home. Now, when we do a pest or a WDI inspection at a property like I'm doing here at a property today, I'm going to fill you in on some of the things that we inspectors look out for so that you can do the same thing as a homeowner. And then these are things that you can even periodically check on your own. You're not going to be able to do it quite to the level that we could, being trained professionals, but you can do it to a point so that you're not having to call someone out all the time to do this for you. There are things you can do as a homeowner. I'm going to fill you in on some of those. So first of all, we're looking for any evidence of live or dead wood-destroying insects. So if we see evidence of the actual insects there, whether they're alive or dead, that's a good indication that they've obviously been there and that they may still be active there. We're also looking for any evidence of damage from them. So things like termite shelter tubes, which are very thin mud tubes. We're looking for any wings from any winged termites, carpenter ants after they've swarmed to create new nesting areas. We're looking at possible damage to any wood structure, so that's usually tunnels, and a lot of this can be difficult to decipher to the untrained eye. A lot of forms of wood fungal rot which is still considered a wood destroying organism but not an insect. Those can look similar in appearance to termite damage or carpenter ant damage, but carpenter ant tunnels are usually very smooth, and termite tunnels are a little bit more rough. Now, if you see evidence of substantial damage, it's usually termite damage. Termites actually eat the cellulose in wood, so they cause a lot of damage very quickly, and you're going to see mud tubes around those areas too. A lot of times, like on a joist, they'll be hanging off. And carpenter ants, again, their tunnels are a little bit more smooth, but the damage can look similar. So if you're not sure, make sure that you hire a trained professional to come out and inspect it for you. Now, if you don't see any evidence of actual wood-destroying insects or damage from them, make sure that you're also looking for any conducive conditions at the property that are inviting to them. So just a handful of those things that we typically see, and this is by no means an exhaustive list, but some things that we see often at homes are things like vegetation directly against the house exterior or wood piles against the home, siding that is in direct contact with the ground or with mulch, wood in direct contact with soil, evidence of moisture intrusion, exposed bare wood. And people have a misconception thinking that like carpenter bees aren't going to bore into any painted lumber, any treated lumber. We actually see that more often than you'd think, especially out at outbuildings and fascia, exposed wood, where people don't tend to take the care that they would of their home they're actually living in, of their outbuildings. So make sure that you're carefully looking over any detached structures you have as well, not just the home. So when you're doing your own pest inspection without the aid of a professional, something you can do as a homeowner is just go around, check out for any visible signs of obvious damage, and then any conducive conditions. And then inside the home, make sure that you're carefully checking around window and door penetrations, plumbing penetrations. Use a mirror, and you can use some air spray, some canned air to spray into some areas. Make sure you're using a good strong flashlight to be able to see well into more concealed areas. Those are typically the areas that you're going to find them in if you don't see any other obvious damage anywhere. So hopefully this has been helpful. Check out our blog. Our blog site is hillinspections.net. I've written a bunch of helpful articles on there, one on this exact topic. So if you want a little more detail, go and check out that article and the many other helpful articles we have on there. And if this video has been helpful to you, please make sure to like, subscribe, share it with your friends. That helps us to keep the good content coming. So we'll see you next time.